Welcome into Cardinals Today, everybody. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue, and on today's show, we've got huge quarterback rumors for the Arizona Cardinals. This comes from Adam Schefter and a lot of different ESPN sources talking about draft quarterbacks, and Arizona going to be a big part of this, folks. So, gear up, get ready, and before we dive into all those rumors, let's make a deal with the audience, with the people. How about you hit that subscribe button for free, and I'll give you Cardinals content all year long, all off-season long. Every time the Cardinals make a move, I'll make a video on it. Cardinals rumors about who they're perhaps going to draft, who they're perhaps going to sign, trade for. I'll have you covered all off-season long, and all I ask for in return is your free support to be able to create more content. Shout out to everybody that hit the subscribe button already. We're at 2,000 subscribers. We want to keep pushing to grow this thing so we can make more videos for you guys and get more Cardinals fans together, a community in the comments section. So Adam Schefter dropped this the other day on the Pat McAfee show about Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. The one thing I could say confidently right now in talking to front offices is I believe Ty Simpson will be a first-round draft pick. That is all I am comfortable saying right now. Schefter knows a thing or two, and he's been talking to GMs, he's been talking to front offices. All of a sudden, Ty Simpson seems like a first-round pick, a lock to be a first-round pick, Schefter is saying. There's been so many rumors between the Cardinals drafting Ty Simpson, right? I mean, we've talked about it here on the show before. How are they going to get him? Where are they going to be able to do that? Well, guess what? If they did draft him, apparently, a lot of NFL analysts like Dan Orlovsky of ESPN say Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in the draft, better than Mendoza. This coming from Dan Orlovsky right here. I'm not kidding. This is a direct quote, a direct tweet from Dan Orlovsky. And then ESPN's Mike Tannenbaum responded to Dan Orlovsky and said, in talking to clubs, this opinion is shared by other teams as well, that Ty Simpson is the best QB in the draft. This is crazy to me. I think it's a no-brainer Mendoza is the best quarterback in this draft. And there's a significant drop-off from 1 to 2 and an even bigger drop-off from 2 to 3 perhaps, right? Like, this is unbelievable. We've got ESPN analysts saying this now, NFL draft analysts. But the big one, the big dog, Mel Kiper, saw all this, comes over the top and says, yeah, that's not shared by anybody I've spoken to. Keep him in check, Mel, okay? It's a crazy concept to think Ty Simpson, is the best quarterback in the draft. If he was, it'd be great for Arizona drafting him. But I don't think it's going to come to fruition that way. And I also think that, he could succeed if the system's perfect, right? I mean, he kind of reminds me of Mac Jones, to be honest with you guys. I think if you had a really great system around him, sure, he'd be fine. He'd be successful. He's not Fernando Mendoza, though. And I think ESPN is just hyping him up, trying to create more hype because it's not that interesting of a quarterback class. And so ESPN, they're trying to get their clicks, their views, and hype everything up, entering the NFL draft. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying into it. Mendoza's the clear one. I don't think Ty Simpson is in the conversation there. But just because we're saying that, it doesn't mean that the Cardinals won't draft him. Let's flash back here to a clip that our guys got at Chat Sports when they were at the NFL Combine here. Take a listen to Ty Simpson on the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I met with the Cardinals. This was my first interview, and just super great organization. Mr. Monti is a great guy. Coach LaFleur is a super ball guy. Coach Hackett, all those guys are they love football. They're a quarterback driven organization because they're very familiar with the quarterback position. And I would love to be a Cardinal. I think that they're a great organization. They got a young team, and I'd be super blessed to play for them.
It sounds like he's just trying to be nice. I mean, we're calling Monti Ossenfort and the Cardinals a great GM organization. Okay. That's nice to say, Ty. I don't know if he believes it. But the bottom line is the Cardinals could still draft Ty Simpson, okay? This is still very much in the cards. There's a lot of analysts projecting this, rumors heating up about this. They continue to. And so let's talk about that as a concept, not the debate that he's, the best quarterback in the class, but you think about what Adam Schefter said, that he's going to be a first-rounder. Well, 3's too high, right? So perhaps Arizona has to get back into the first round and be able to draft Ty Simpson, and is that a good idea? Well, one thing you talk about with Ty Simpson is the inexperience, right? Only 15 games played last year, and there's not much to speak of besides that. Now, he looked good in the first half of those games, really good, and you finished the season 30 total touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, 3,567 yards total as well for Ty Simpson. And so I could see that part of the argument, that maybe the first 8 games of the season he looked like the better quarterback, the best quarterback. But you watch the end of the season, I don't know how you could say that held up for Mendoza versus Simpson. And so there was good things on Ty Simpson's film, but again, I do think he's a player that needs a good system around him. When you look at the Cardinals quarterback room right now, though, well, we'd be crazy to not speculate that they add another quarterback and bring one in. I guess Minshew was that addition, and they feel they could run with Jacoby Brisset as their starter next year. And so, yeah, there's definitely rumors are justified, right, that the Cardinals would draft a quarterback high or want to bring another one in here before we get to the draft. But the thing is, if it's Ty Simpson, just like Schefter said, that's going to have to be a first-rounder. And that's a high investment in Ty Simpson. You've got to love him. That's got to be your guy if you want Ty Simpson in the first round if you're the Arizona Cardinals, right? With the 2027 quarterback class looming, to use a first-round pick this year on a quarterback means you believe in them. That means you think Ty Simpson is your franchise quarterback, perhaps. I mean, what's the point of drafting a quarterback with a first-round pick that you only see as a bridge quarterback for 1 year? No, doesn't make sense. So if Arizona's going to do this, trade up to get Ty Simpson, that's a big commitment. That's a big play. Okay, you're not in the market to be giving up draft picks, right, if you're Arizona. So you would have to love Ty Simpson if you're making this move. And personally, I don't think it's worth the first. But I do want to know what your opinion is. I make this an interactive show every time we do it. Should the Cardinals draft Ty Simpson? Type D for draft, type P for pass. You let me know in that comment section what you think about this concept. But otherwise, you are wasting a first-round pick if you don't end up taking, if you do take Ty Simpson and you're just waiting for the 2027 class, right? It doesn't necessarily make sense then if you're going to use the first and then pivot, okay? For me, I'd be playing the long game. I'd rather Arizona draft a couple studs, and then if you're going to swing on a QB, take them later, right? Aller, Nussmeier, a couple guys, Sawyer Robertson, I don't know, whoever you might like, you could get later in the draft. Simpson, investing a first-round pick, that's a lot for a guy that, well, probably not going to be as good as anyone in the 2027 class first round, in my opinion. So who are other available quarterbacks that Arizona could then bring in? Well, free agents still out there. Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers. We've talked about Rodgers here on the show. He loves Nathaniel Hackett for whatever reason. So could we lure him to the warm weather Arizona climate instead of playing in that tough AFC North again? Russell Wilson, not a lot of buzz on Russ lately, 37 years old, but he's still out there. Zach Wilson, you want to talk about guys that, looked good at the Combine back in the day, and BYU Pro Day, too, for Zach Wilson. Got him to be a high draft pick. Still only 26 years old. A lot of people giving up on him. Joe Flacco wants to play football still at age 41. Tyrod Taylor, not great. Some of these options you're looking at, you're like, what the heck? Is this really all there is? This is really all there is for the 2026 offseason, folks. Jimmy G is one I'm intrigued by because he's someone that the Cardinals have been linked to, that Mike LaFleur apparently loved him in L.A., and so 34-year-old Jimmy G could come on over and be a bridge. So could Teddy Bridgewater, no pun intended. Yeah, that's right. He's still available, still in the league at 33 years old. Anthony Richardson, a trade option here, a buy low candidate. What would it take to get Anthony Richardson? Guess what? Probably only a 5th-round, 6th-round pick to trade for Anthony Richardson, a guy who was once a top 5 pick in the draft as well. That's one I would monitor closely at only 23 years old. Also, Tyson Bagent has been linked to the Cardinals a decent amount here at 25. He's backup right now in Chicago, so I don't know that I'd use a higher draft pick to get Bagent than I would a lower one to get Richardson. And so my take of all the available options here is I like the idea of buying low on Anthony Richardson, who's got athleticism. Maybe Mike LaFleur could do something with him, be the guy to revive him. If he's not, it's not too much of an investment. It's a 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick, and he's a good one-year tryout, right? Like, that's the kind of flyer you should be taking here before 2027 is to buy low. Otherwise, just bridge with Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy G, or even Jacoby Brisset is what it seems like the Cardinals will do, okay, just to get you to that 2027 class that is stacked. Right now, the focus of the offseason is build that O-line. And build the roster overall, quite frankly. You don't need to be trading up, using draft picks, draft capital to get quarterbacks chances that aren't as good as the 2027 class. Use those picks to get an edge, to get a right tackle, O-lineman. Just build this roster overall so that when you get the quarterback in a year or two, it's a good system to come on into. That's what this offseason's about. But you be the coach for me. Be Mike LaFleur. You got to pick a starter. Who's it going to be? Who should start a quarterback for Arizona in 2026? Let me know by getting a name down there in the comment section. Could be any of the free agents. Could be anybody on the roster. Could be someone that you think the Cardinals should trade for. Just let me know. Prove you know ball. Get a name in the comment section. And that's going to do it for Cardinals Today here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've been your host, Joey O'Donohue, and I'll see you next time with more Cardinals videos. soon.